What's up, guys? What is going on? I'm gonna give it about 30 seconds, grab some water really quick. I'll be right back. But I got my AirPods, so I can still talk to you guys. You gotta love technology. But the topic I want to talk about tonight, I am going to absolutely blow your guys' minds with some information tonight that I haven't heard anybody talk about yet. I've not heard anybody talk about what I'm going to talk on tonight. And I know it's late and people are like, oh, don't go live so late. Nobody's going to see it. I don't really care. The content is going to be incredible. And I am going to blow your guys' minds on this topic because this is something ain't nobody talking about at all. So, what's up, guys? Everybody who hops on, hit me with a 1 if you're popping in live. Hit me with a 2 if you watch the recording. Just curious where you guys are at. But I want to talk about the comparison between franchising and network marketing and the evolution of business, because what people don't seem to understand, right, is they don't understand the difference between the franchise business model, right, which has become one of the most common ways of wealth creation in this country. A lot of people don't know this. It's nearly a $750 billion a year marketplace, the franchise model, right? So if you look at franchising, that's companies like 7-Eleven, Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Subway. All of those businesses are franchise models, an amazing way to generate cash flow. GNC is a franchise, right? So franchising is a great business model. What's up, everybody hopping in? Let me know where you guys are coming in from. San Diego. I got guys all over the place, in many countries and stuff at this point now, but what's going on? But franchising has become an amazing way to create wealth, right, in this country, which is ironic because back 60 or so years ago, franchising was not well known. Believe it or not, and you guys can look this up, franchising actually used to be called a pyramid scheme. There was a ruling in Congress whether or not franchising should be allowed, right? Because what is franchising, right? Like McDonald's, Subway, all of these huge companies, what is franchising? It's basically where you can step in as a partner, a franchise partner of a major conglomerate, and basically take all of their blueprints for business, their entire business model, their entire system, everything about that business. You can essentially lean on their infrastructure, their entire system, their entire methodology of doing business, basically by paying them royalties, right, on an annual basis or a quarterly basis or however they have it set up. They will give you access to essentially go out into the marketplace and expand their business model. And so this was looked down on heavily for a very long time until it was passed in Congress and made legal. And we're talking about a lot of people who are coming in later are probably like, yeah, they're talking about legal battles, must be talking about network marketing. No, I'm talking about franchising. I'm talking about McDonald's. I'm talking about Chick-fil-A. It's an amazing way to generate cash flow in today's society, to generate wealth. You could go buy a Subway right now for $250,000, right? And you get the Subway, it's $250,000. You're getting employees, you're getting their system. They help you set up a lease, they help you set up with the utilities. They give you all the uniforms, they give you the scripts for hiring and firing, they give you everything to start marketing, all of the banners. They help you get you set up with the sandwich stuff, the meat suppliers, the cheese suppliers, all the manufacturers, right? I know that's a lot of information, but that's what the process of getting a franchise looks like, right? And it costs $250,000 with Subway. It costs $800,000 to get one Culver's location. It costs 1.2 up to 2.4 million for one McDonald's, right? And the reason some people see that and they're like, that's crazy. Why would you spend that kind of money? It's because it is a predictable business. You know for a fact, you go get a McDonald's franchise, yeah, it's going to cost you between $1 and $2 million, but you will be positive cash flow. You'll be broke even on average between 3 to 5 years, and after 3 to 5 years on a McDonald's franchise, you will be positive cash flow for the rest of the company's existence, right? And so that's what franchising looks like, right? You want to make a six-figure income with Subways, you got to go buy 3 Subway locations. On average, you're going to make about 40 grand positive cash flow annually, break even after a few years. And what's going to happen is after a few years in business, you're going to be profiting 40 G's a year, right? You go get 3 Subways, it's $750,000 out of pocket for 3 of them total. You're going to be positive cash flow about $100,000 on an annual basis. So a great way to generate positive cash flow, a great way to generate passive income. The challenge is not many people have that kind of money to front. Not many people have that kind of capital to invest. And so what is the method what has franchising really turned into? I said that the evolution of business and the evolution of franchising. I'm going to tell you guys what people don't recognize is that network marketing is the exact same business model as franchising. It's the exact same business model. And you have a lot of ignorant people who don't understand business, and that's okay. Those people still call network marketing a pyramid scheme, even though it's legal in every state across the country, just like franchising is. But you have to understand what you're coming up against, because now franchising is very publicly acceptable because it's a $750 billion a year business model. Network marketing is about a $275 billion a year business model. So it's about a third the size of the franchising model. It will not be that way. I predict within the next 20 to 30 years at most, probably even less. I expect that network marketing will actually outpace, in my lifetime, it will outpace franchising. I believe that. And I'm going to explain why. That's a very bold statement to say that network marketing is going to be bigger than franchising. Well, I'm going to explain why. I'm not just speaking out of my ass here. I'm going to give you guys exact reasons. I want to compare franchising and network marketing, but I explained franchising. Now I need to explain what network marketing is, so it's an apples to apples comparison. And so what network marketing is literally the exact same thing as franchising. The difference is, instead of me getting a Subway location and paying all the money for, brick and mortar, and paying all the money for employees and hiring and firing and advertising and all of the cost of a Subway, instead of doing that, right, what I'm going to do with a network marketing business is I'm going to operate 100% online. So I become a franchise partner with a company, right? But instead of having all of this brick and mortar, all of this overhead, all of this crazy cost of doing business, I'm going to be operating an online franchise, an online store, where if you want to buy products from my business, you'd have to go online. It's the same business model, but network marketing, right, is far superior in 2019. Now, I want to compare the two first before I go into what I just said. What do they have in common? Franchising and network marketing both leverage systems and people. They both leverage systems and people, right? They both leverage systems of duplication, right? You walk into a McDonald's. You've never been to a McDonald's where the French fryer is not on the left side. It's always in the same place. The uniforms always look the same. The menu always looks the same. The food is always the same. It doesn't change. It is the exact same. A perfectly replicatable model. This is why franchising has become so big. This is why McDonald's is the most expensive franchise in the world, between 1 and 2 million for one location, because they are the king of the model. McDonald's is an amazing business model, actually. Totally crap product, but an amazing model. And so network marketing does the same thing. They both leverage systems and people. Number 2 is they both lean on the power and the infrastructure of a larger conglomerate, right? They lean on the power and the infrastructure of a company, right? So when you become a franchise partner with Subway or a franchise partner with McDonald's, I am basically leaning on the infrastructure of the larger conglomerate that is McDonald's. Well, network marketing is the same way. When I start a network marketing business, I'm not having to go out of my way to figure out a new product. I don't have to figure out new marketing techniques. I don't have to figure out, manufacturing and how to open up new territories and go global. I don't have to figure out any of that stuff. The company's already figured that out, just like with franchising. Also, Franchising focuses on customer acquisition and scaling through new franchise partners, right? McDonald's didn't become one of the biggest companies in the world off of one location. I'm going to say that again because you need to get this. McDonald's did not become one of the largest companies in the world off of one location. They became so big because they brought in thousands of franchise partners who opened up new markets for them. A market in Chicago, a market in Seattle, a market in San Diego, a market in New York City, a market in Los Angeles, and all of a sudden all of the suburban markets all around it. And all of a sudden you can't go 2 blocks without seeing a McDonald's now. It's on every street corner in the country and in almost every country across the globe. Network marketing is the exact same thing. Network marketing leverages new franchise partners, new people who partner up with the business through word of mouth promotion of another one of the franchise partners and open up a new location. The difference is that my network marketing business with Viseo is not a local business. It is not a building on a corner. I have business in 14 states across the country, right? And it's all online. If I had a McDonald's, I would have to pay McDonald's $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year just in franchise fees. My business with Viseo costs me a couple $100 a month, right? Theirs is local, mine is global. Same principle, I have a far superior model, right? Also, franchising focuses on developing great people in-house, right? A lot of times, a lot of franchise owners in McDonald's and Subway, they actually started as McDonald's cashiers. They started as Subway cashiers, and they worked. The best way to learn a business is in the business, right? A lot of the franchise owners actually came in as employees, went through management, learned the business through and through, and actually became franchise owners. Well, network marketing is very similar. We develop great people in-house. A lot of people who come into network marketing have never been in business before. We have a business school that teaches them, trains them, develops them, coaches them into becoming world-class business professional, world-class entrepreneurs, right? And they start to see the fruit of it over time, right? And so they're the exact same model, but now I want to focus on the differences, because network marketing is the evolution of the franchise model. People who got involved in McDonald's, who got involved in Subway, who got involved in GNC, who got involved in a lot of these big franchises are massively, massively wealthy. My mentor knows the guy who owns I think it's almost all the vitamin shops. The guy is a multi-millionaire. He owns hundreds of vitamin shops all over the country. Dude's extremely wealthy, right? People who see a trend, get involved with it, with the right company, the right opportunity, they win when they're in the franchise business model, right? That is a great way to create wealth. But the challenge is, okay, and this is why network marketing is a far superior business model. Really, rather, the evolution of franchising is a couple things. Number one, to start up a Subway, it costs $250,000. Like I said, Culver's $800,000. You want to open up a Lids, a hat store in a lot of malls, $60,000. Right, you want to open up a barbershop, could be $50,000 to $250,000. GNC, $250,000. McDonald's, $1.2 to $2.4 million. A lot of money. Why? They're brick and mortar. It's a lot of cost, right? People who aren't understanding that the economy has shifted are going to get slaughtered in the next 10 to 20 years, because you look at all of the biggest companies right now, they have shifted all of their assets online. Right, you look at the major Fortune 500 companies, 80% of their assets 25 years ago were hard assets. They were buildings, they were vehicles, they were product, right? Fast forward to today, on average, the Fortune 500 companies, their asset holdings, 80% of them are intangible. 80% of them are online, right? And so online is the way of the future. My mentor, who's built 24 multi-million-dollar businesses, and he's made well over 40 million in the network marketing space as well. He told me, he said, Danny, if you want to create wealth, you need to figure out what's going to make money in the future. Start doing that and you'll increase your chances. Most people's focus is on making money the way money used to be made, and they wonder why they're still broke. The economy has passed them by. You have to position yourself in front of it so it can push you into success. The economy has changed, right? So while all of these businesses who are focused on brick and mortar locations, you look at the biggest companies, Uber and Lyft, biggest transportation provider in the country right now, don't own a building, they don't own a car. You look at the biggest overnight stay provider in the world, it's not Ritz-Carlton, it's not Marriott, it's not Hyatt, it's not Hilton, it's Airbnb. They don't own a building. It's 100% online, e-commerce, right? You look at Amazon, biggest provider of distributed goods in the world, the biggest retailer in the world. They're kicking Walmart's teeth in right now, okay? They don't own a building. They don't manufacture a thing. None of those companies are in the manufacturing business. They are in the distribution business. When you understand that the future economy is both online and the future economy is also in the distribution model, right? Look at how all money used to be made through manufacturing. In the future, it's going to be made through distribution, right? You're already seeing the fruits of that, right? Well, when you look at network marketing, what is network marketing? Network marketing is an online distribution-based business, right? When I started my network marketing business, it didn't cost me $250,000, didn't cost me $800,000, didn't cost me $1 to $2 million. It cost me $1,400 up front for the biggest package the company offered, and a couple $100 a month for products that I consume on a daily and a weekly basis. It's the only business I can actually eat my overhead, right? You can't eat your overhead with a construction company or with a hat business or a clothing business or even a Culver's, right? Because a portion of your overhead is food that you could eat, quote unquote, but a bulk of your overhead is actually the brick and mortar. A bulk of the overhead is the utilities. A bulk of your overhead is your employees, right? It's all of the equipment, right? You can't eat that. Network marketing, I actually eat my overhead. My monthly cost to run my business is my own consumption of products that I consume, right? So you look at the risk associated with network marketing versus franchising. The risk is way lower on the network marketing side. The cost is it's literally 25 to 150 times lower, but the upside and the ROI is way higher, which is crazy, right? Because here's the deal. How fast can you scale a franchise, right? You buy one location. Well, if you don't have the money to buy a second, you might have to wait 2, 3, 4 years to open up a second location. Let's say you do have the money. You open up 2 locations, 3 locations, 5 locations, right? Well, have fun competing with me and my network marketing business where I can go from 2 people to 4 people to 8 to 16 to 32 to 64 to 128 to 256 to 512 in a 1-year period. Because it's all online. I'm not looking for people who have $250,000 to front for a business. I'm looking for people who want to build an online distribution-based business, leaning on the infrastructure of an extremely successful company for a few hundred to $1,400. Way more people can afford to do that and are ready to do that, right? So it's way more scalable. Also, most franchise owners, they might own 1 or 2 or 3 franchises locally in the San Diego area or in the Illinois area or wherever it is you're from. My business operates in 14 states across the country currently. My personal business, my company operates in 12 countries in all 50 states, but my personal team is in 14 states. I did it part-time from my cell phone, right? Most people think they have a smartphone. I'm telling you, if your phone's not paying you, it's not a smartphone. It's a dumb phone. You got to figure out a way to get paid from your phone. But when you have a franchise business, it is local. It's a local business, right? My dad's business was a local business. His company cost him $70,000 to $100,000 to run on a monthly basis to keep the doors open. My business cost me $200 a month. His business was within 15 to 30 miles. My business scales 4 time zones. Whose business model is better? My dad wishes he had what I have now when he was my age. It's not a comparison. It cannot compete. A franchise owner can't compete with me. The reason being is my business model is far superior. The evolution of business has taken place, and people who recognize it are taking advantage of it. Here's the other side. I don't want to deal with the same headaches of traditional business owners. I watched my dad do it. I have a lot of friends who own traditional businesses. I didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to run an adult daycare with, 5 employees, 10 employees, 100 employees, 500 employees. I hate dealing with employees. Here's why. Employees don't value my business the same way I do. because I'm the owner of it. I didn't want to work with employees. I wanted to work with other business owners. That's what's so cool about the network marketing business model, is every single person is their own business owner. It's a different mentality that you're dealing with. I don't have to babysit my team because they're already ambitious to go out and get it. I'm not dealing with employee-minded people. I'm dealing with CEOs of their own business. It's a different mindset. Therefore, it is a different skill set required. It is way better to deal with thousands of CEOs in my business than 10 employees in a traditional business, right? What I love about network marketing, what I love about Viseo is the fact that they handle all of the headaches of traditional business. They deal with all the customer service, all of the new product acquirement, all of the branding, all of the new market opening. I don't have to deal with manufacturing and shipping. I'm not stocking all of the inventory for my customers and then driving it to their house and taking out of my trunk and walking it to their door and giving it to them. I don't have to do any of that. They order from my business online. The company ships it to their doorstep. The company pays me a check the next week. It's a better business model for where we are at today. Technology has changed everything. You want to talk about scaling? You want to talk about which business can grow quicker? I'm going to tell you guys this right now. You can buy a Subway. That location's never going to duplicate to 2. 1 location will never turn into 2. 2 will never turn into 4. 4 will never turn into 8. If I buy a piece of real estate is never going to turn into 2. It'll never turn into 4. It'll never turn into 8. I have to singly buy a new piece of real estate every single time. If I'm in the franchising model, I have to buy each franchise individually. In my team, I've got right now 6 real leaders that I'm running with that they're sponsoring new franchise partners into our business without my presence at all. That's called leverage, right? As a traditional franchise owner, you're working like a job. You've basically bought yourself a job, right? You're relying on a system. You've basically purchased a job. And so the challenge is your time is still required. You're still not earning passive income if your time is required there. You're earning active income, which is a much lower quality of income than passive income and also taxed at a much higher level than passive income is. But if I have 24 people in my network marketing business that each work 1 hour, I've just worked a full day, 24 hours without lifting a finger. How do you do that as a traditional business owner? How do you do that as a real estate investor? How do you break the fabric of time in your business model? How do you leverage duplication and the concept of leverage, right? And so this is the kind of stuff that people don't know. Right? You talk to most network marketers, they can't tell you any of this. Like, seriously, come on. You talk to most network marketers, they don't tell you any of this. They just sit here and try and sell you on the product. They sit here and try and tell you, get in now, the timing's now, get in before your friends get in. If you don't get in, I'll go talk to all your friends and your mom and your grandma and we'll... Like, dude, who runs a business like that, man? 98% of this freaking industry, they turned this industry into a joke. Do you understand that network marketing did $275 billion in revenue last year? It paid out over $200 million a day in commissions. Warren Buffett owned 9 network marketing companies. You honestly think you could sit down, have a conversation with Warren Buffett, tell him it's a pyramid, and expect to leave that conversation still saying it's a pyramid? Are you kidding me? People don't understand the power of this business model because the rest of the amateurs in this space have turned it into a freaking circus. If you knew what I knew, dear God, you would do what I do. I'm telling you, I don't have to get on here and sell you guys on my company or on my product. If you understand the education always performs. The education always performs. Everybody's stuck in this endless sales cycle, trying to just pitch everybody, sell everybody everything. I'm telling you, if you just understood, if you had a deeper level of understanding of financial education, financial literacy, the economy, trends, where business is going, you'd be operating in a different way in your life. But nobody's teaching this. People in network marketing aren't teaching this. Hell, people in franchising don't even know this. People in network marketing don't even know this. They don't teach it in school. You don't learn it at home. Where are you supposed to learn this kind of stuff? That's why we have a business school that actually teaches you how to think like the rich. It's called Overcome Nation. It teaches you how to think like the rich. It teaches you the skills. It teaches you the principles that govern success. Did you know that success is principle driven? It does not matter how good the company is. It does not matter how good the team is. It doesn't matter what the timing is. If you cannot become the person required to make the money and to lead the people, you will never have the money and you will never have the people. You need a business school that will develop the content of your character, develop the skills needed in this business, teach you the principles that govern success. This is why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Because the rich know the principles that govern success. And they take the rich principles into every single opportunity they enter and see victory after victory after victory in their life. The reason the poor get poor is because they bring their broken philosophy, their poor, excuse me, getting over a cold, their poor principles into every opportunity and fail and fail and fail and get fed up and get sick and tired. They don't know what to look for. They don't have financial education. The difference between wealthy and poor people, guys, it's financial education. It's financial education, and it's not taught in schools. It's not taught at people's homes. It's not being taught anywhere. I think you can tell how passionate I am about it because I'm a product of it. I came out of financial struggle. My whole life has been financial struggle. It's not been until the last 2 years that I was able to get around people who've made over $150 million in business who were able to get my freaking head straight. I'm still learning. I'm not perfect there. I still have bad habits. I still have, self-limiting beliefs around money in certain areas and things like that. I'm still working on it. I'm still a work in progress. But man, if you could just get around the education, it would change everything for you. The business school that we have, I would pay hundreds of dollars a month for it. Forget about the business. Forget about network marketing. Forget about Viseo. Yeah, I love the business model. I love the industry, but forget about all that. The business school that we get for free on our team, I would pay hundreds of dollars for because it has already made me a lot more money than I'd ever made anywhere else, and it's going to make me millions in the future. Millions in the future. Financial education is priceless. If people just knew what it is that I know and what it is that I'm learning and what it is that, forget me, what my mentors know, their life would look so much different. But people are still stuck in this broken way of thinking. And that's why I get so passionate about this. That's why I'm so adamant about posting on social media. That's why I'm always doing these lives. I'm trying to bring education. I want to wake people up. Because the more people we wake up, the quicker we can turn this freaking country around. Because I'm not going to get political here. I'm going to end it in a second. But if you have seen this country at all, it is pathetic where we are going as a country. I love the United States. I love this country. I love our military. I love the people. That's why I fight for it. That's why half my team is Marines. I absolutely love our military. I love our country. But I am sick of the political bullshit going on. I am sick and tired of all of the whining and all of the political correctness and all of this garbage. If people had the right education, none of this would be happening. One of the biggest divisive points of this country is finances. Poor people thinking that rich people took all the money. They didn't take all the money. They know something you don't. You can learn it just like them. You're a learning machine. But you weren't taught that either. The formal education system makes you feel stupid. If you're a fish, they judge you on your ability to climb a tree. And you feel stupid. When in reality, if you would have just gotten in water, stopped trying to climb a damn tree, you'd realize how amazing you are. People don't realize everybody has different strengths. You get out of school, you don't know what your strengths are. You don't know what your weaknesses are. You don't know what your passions are. You know nothing about financial education. You know nothing about communication. You know nothing about financial literacy. You know nothing about entrepreneurship and public speaking skills and how to deal with people and leadership and management and sales. You don't know any of that. Not even in business degrees do they teach that. Wonder why this country is going to hell in a handbasket. I'm passionate about it. I'm going to change it. I'm sick and tired of this country and people being taken advantage of. I'm not sick and tired of this country. I'm sick and tired of what's happening in this country. But I am absolutely sick of people being taken advantage of by broken systems and a lack of financial education. I am sick of people playing so small in this life, looking to just work a part-time job that pays them the most money so they can just get by. Are you kidding me? It's the United States of America. We were created to thrive, not survive. Makes me sick how small people are playing. Dude, you got one life. Why are you wasting it? People are, they're deaf, they're mute, they're paralytics. They would kill to have the opportunity you have, and you're trying to play small? How selfish, man. The most selfish life in the world is an impoverished life, a life of poverty, because you can't do anything for anybody else. Don't criticize rich people. Rich people have they have abundance, and they're able to give it away. You're a lot more useful if you have a lot of money, because whether you like money or not, you cannot deny the fact that money makes a difference. It pays for all these religious people. I'm going to tell you guys this. I believe in Jesus as much as anybody else, but what I'm going to tell you, all these religious people out here acting like I don't need money, like it's not holy, get out of here, dude. I'm going to tell you this right now. Money funds the churches. It funds the missionaries. Funds the Bible printing. People who aren't religious. It funds wells being drilled in Africa. It funds your kids' education. It funds your Medicare and your retirement benefits that aren't going to be there. I could go on and on and on, but I'm going to cut it here just for the sake of time. This country's going to hell in a handbasket. I am dead set on fixing it. And it begins with financial education and love for people. If you don't love people, dude, you're screwed to the wall sideways. I'm telling you that right now. You better learn to develop your heart and have a heart for people. Got way off topic. But network marketing kicks franchising's teeth in. I'm going to end with a bold statement. Franchising, I said this in the beginning, I'm going to end with it too. Franchising is about $750 billion a year marketplace. Network marketing is about a $275 billion a year marketplace. I predict in the next probably 2 decades to 3 decades, maybe even less, network marketing is actually going to supersede franchising. It will be a bigger business model. It's a way better way to do business. It's aligned with the economy of the future. It fits like a glove. I'm telling you guys right now, you got to wake up to what's happening in this country. I love you guys. Have an awesome night. Thanks for joining us. See ya.